Good morning, it's me, Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers. This is Tuned in Tarot, and we're about to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see reflected back to us in our outside world. So if we want to see changes in our interactions with others, changes within ourselves, then or changes within others around us, then we really have to change ourselves first. Full disclosure, my ego was fully here on Monday when I was reading, and I feel it's very difficult for me right now to separate. So I'm managing that while I'm doing this reading. But I had a very not good couple of days, and gonna try not to bleed that into the reading, but I'm not feeling good. So we're going to start with the divine masculine today because all of his cards are showing. The other thing is the first song that came up today, I could tell was divine feminine song. It was called Nip Tuck. It was by Nicki Minaj. And it was about needing to switch it up and change it up. So I always read divine feminine on my right side and divine masculine over here, and divine masculine is over here. So I decided to get out of my comfort zone as a reader and give myself a tower moment in terms of this reading because I felt like I needed to shake things up so that I get clear messages that aren't colored by my own feelings. Okay, top of the deck, overall headspace, forefront of divine masculine, the 10 of Cups in reverse. Now this is interesting to me because I've been using this Ethereal Visions deck since I received it as a gift a month ago, and the 10 of Cups in this deck does not have a couple in it. It has a patriarch. A bird just flew very, very close to my window and just hovered there. A patriarch and a young man and a dog is on the 10 of Pentacles in this deck. And the divine couple is missing from that card, but we see it here in this 10 of Cups. So what divine masculine is thinking about, of course, is his spiritual fulfillment. I think he's thinking about how he's not quite able to attain this. He really wants to. He feels in his power to do so at this time based on the other cards that I can see. But there's been this elusiveness to being able to attain this fulfillment. And he's also feeling, feel. He's feeling pretty upset about this, or worried or anxious. He doesn't want to lose this. He feels like he's finally figured out what this is composed of, and he's afraid of losing it. So he's trying to maintain control. The niggling thing is the moon in reverse, which is again his divine. This is giving me a headache. It's about like the dream. It's about 5D relationships and things that are hidden, mysteries, secrets. Wow, my hair is just not going to look good. It's just not going to look good. I'm being my folio self right now. Can't make it look good. Not going to fight it. Okay. Anyway, but that was giving me a headache for some reason today. So he wants to reveal what has been hidden. He wants to come out of this space of dreams and fantasy. This is connected to his spiritual fulfillment too. I think divine masculine feels frustrated because he interprets his spiritual fulfillment in the mystery of their union, right? In the mystery, like, of the moon, that goddess of the moon energy, that high priestess heart energy is really what is this fulfillment for him. It's realizing that this exists between them that makes him want to come together into the material. So he finds it frustrating, I think, that it doesn't seem to be enough to hold divine feminine, to keep her with him. the first thing on his mind is the Emperor. So this feeling of potentially losing what it is that he desires is causing him to go into this empowerment, which for him is good. He does need to feel this foundation. He needs to feel stable. He needs to feel like he has the ability to control parameters and rule. But this is rigid, controlling, dictatorial energy. It's stubborn also. It's associated with Aries energy. Very stubborn, unbending, like I've got this feeling of, I don't care, divine feminine, what you think about it. Like, it's gonna be this way. It will be the way that I want it to be. There is that determination there from this card, but it's problem for divine feminine because it brings up control issues with her. The next thing on divine masculine's mind is unblocking the stuck energy where he's fighting against himself and ultimately against divine feminine. He is wanting to come into his full power. And instead of using the shadow traits of the Emperor to block, he wants to use the light traits of the Emperor to unblock. We have this Ace of Swords here in reverse. So he's aware that he's not seeing something or saying something, which is much more prominent to me, because the next thing on his mind is this 10 of Wands. I opened my window today because it was kind of warm in here, but now I'm realizing that it's going to be so much louder. I might have to go close it in a minute. But so he's wanting to put down this burden. He's wanting to surrender the truth. He's wanting to reveal these secrets that have been hidden in this moon energy. He wants to unblock whatever is keeping him from doing this, because he knows he's withholding the truth. He's so burdened. He also feels these huge burdens on him as the Emperor, right? Because this is clarifying the position of the Emperor. So he's feeling incredibly burdened by this energy. And he just wants to put it down. He doesn't want to have to be in control anymore. He wants to just let go. And finally interpreting this card correctly, the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight in the deck. This is what he's wanting to swiftly unblock. This methodical, plotting, careful, cautious approach, which has always and forever been about protecting himself, about fighting off these energies that he perceives are outside of himself, but he's understanding, no, it's just me. And then finally, the last thing he's thinking about is this withholding of this Ace of Pentacles. He's been withholding this for days and days and days and days and days, and he's still doing it. He's withholding the truth, and he's withholding this pentacle from the divine feminine. He wants to unblock this energy. He wants to stop being so methodical and planning and cautious and stubborn. He really wants to put down this burden so that he can have this Queen of Pentacles. I'm sorry, not the Queen of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, but yeah, his specific iteration of divine feminine is what must be why I said that. The top of the deck, overall feeling of his heart space, though, is the 5 of Wands upright. So he knows he needs to unblock. He feels completely blocked. And what does he feel blocked in regards to? The Empress, his match, his divine counterpart. He is keeping himself from her. He's blocking himself from her. His niggling feeling about her is, it's like she's the one kind of an energy. She's creative, she's abundant, she's fertile. There's the Queen of Pentacles energy in that, which is, I was looking towards this card when I said it. So there's this 3D, there's this presence, but there's this power. also that she has over him, and there's a stubbornness that she has, and he feels like he's fighting against her. Now that's himself, right? It's just, I can't make it up. The first thing on in his heart space is what I told you. He's not going to let this end. It is not over for him. He is refusing to accept the death of what it is that he desires. He's not going to do it. The death card in reverse, it's about rebirth. He wants to rebirth the connection, but he is not going to lose divine feminine. He's refusing. The stubbornness, this is that he's like, I don't care how uncomfortable you are. I don't care. I'm going to do this. Like, it's not over for me. It will never be over for me. It will never be over for me, right? It will never die. And the 5 of Wands in reverse is being clarified by the 7 of Wands in reverse. So this is a feeling and an awareness that he's fighting himself, and that he was in the past standing his ground against an illusion. That there were these perceived outside circumstances that were making it impossible for him to be with his divine feminine, and none of that was true. That was garbage talk from his brain, right? Fears, worries, anxieties. And then because he focused on those things, it would create real world obstacles for him that would match his energy. But his heart and his head know that these things aren't coming from outside of himself. Right now, the only block that is between himself and his divine feminine is his inaction. The King of Wands in reverse. His refusal in that stubborn energy of the Emperor to speak the truth. This is the only thing that blocks him from being able to have his destiny, this judgment card, which is to finally unburden himself and to change. This card is about changing. It's about having to change, whether you like it or not, whether it's comfortable or not. That's what this energy is about. You can't fight it. It's your destiny. You have to change. You have asked for something. The universe is trying to give it to you, and you're sitting on it because of your fears. But it is your destiny. So you have to unburden yourself and make this communication. His heart is fully aware of this feeling. It's like the time is up. This movement, this Knight of Pentacles, the reason he's going so slowly and so cautiously is because of this judgment he perceives others will have about him in regards to what he's done. He's also concerned about divine feminine judging him for his reasons, for why it is he's done what he's done. He's afraid of her criticism. He's afraid of it, but he also craves this unburdening so that he can reveal these things to this goddess of the moon and be reconciled, to experience reconciliation. So he's really, really trying. He's really trying to face this with his heart space. He's understanding that this slow moving energy has got to end. He's picking up the speed, rushing towards this absolution. The final thing is the 2 of Pentacles upright. He has to decide to give this pentacle to divine feminine. He's walking this fine line with her right now, engaging in this back and forth energy that is not balanced. He needs to balance this energy. He needs to give this offer, unburden himself, and take action. A decision must be made. That is where divine masculine is. Okay. I'm going to go shut the window. You'll get to see my shiny red pants. I shall be right back. I do not know how well that's going to help against the circling helicopter for the probably horrifically dangerous criminal that's in my neighborhood right now. Oh my God. Anyway, let's look at Divine Feminine now, shall we? Jesus. Divine Feminine's headspace has got a lot of major arcana energy. Holy moly. Oh, incidentally, Divine Masculine's song. Wait, I have to think, what was it? Oh, was outside of space and time. And that's also what made me feel that moon card was about how he likes this element of this relationship. He wishes that this was enough to sustain Divine Feminine. It frustrates him that it's not. Divine Feminine has been living outside of space and time with Divine Masculine for a minute now. And while Divine Masculine has been living outside in space and time, and for him, this has been an escape for him to be able to like be with her. For Divine Feminine, this has been torturous because her experience is not the same. So I think there's a real juxtaposition that we're seeing here. And it's clear by the song choices today. Because Divine Feminine stance from Nip Tuck is gave you everything, think I need to take it all back. But I gave you everything, but you don't know what to do with all that. And that's on everything. I'm going to have to switch it up on you. So go listen to that song for those messages because they're very powerful and very poignant. Divine Feminine is not happy right now and is really feeling like it is time, like to switch it up and find somebody who is able to meet her where she is at. But not as she ends the song in, she said, it's okay. We're going to keep secrets because the true bad bitch ain't weak or bitter. So she's like, all right, well, I'm a bad bitch and I'm going to be able to do my thing and it's all going to be okay. And so the forefront of her mind, the first thing in her headspace is the sun. Super surprised to see this here today, but I know that it must be true because when I first shuffled the Ethereal Visions deck, it exploded out of my hands and a card landed on the floor, and it was the sun card, which is the first card that I looked at today. And I certainly haven't been feeling a whole lot of happiness, so I think it's interesting, and I'm having to sort of think about this in terms of the fact that I have been thinking about what constitutes my happiness and have received enlightenment about it. And so that is what my feeling is about this card right now. Divine Feminine understands what makes her happy and what doesn't make her happy. And she understands that what she wants to feel is this healing of the inner child wounds that will allow her to experience unfettered happiness and fulfillment. That spiritual fulfillment that Divine Masculine is thinking about right now. This is the minor arcana version of this major card. It's spiritual fulfillment. Divine Feminine feels enlightened, like she's seen the light, and it's shown her things that have made it very difficult for her to continue going on as she's been going on, because she's so determined to preserve this spiritual fulfillment and happiness that she has inside of herself. The niggling thing in the back of her mind is, this is fucking with what I want. This 8 of Pentacles in reverse is like, this is fucking with my craft. This is fucking with my work and with what I need and what brings me happiness and fulfillment. It is making it difficult for me to really create anything because my energy has been very manic. I just saw a video this morning from one of my friends in the tarot community. I can't think of her full handle right now, but her name is Riley. And it's like Cosmic Tarot or something, Cosmic something. She was talking about if you're manic, when you're manifesting, then your manifestation will be manic, right? So if you've got nerves, anxiety, then you're going to be bringing that in, or it's not going to come to you at all because you're telling the universe you're scared of it, right? Which is something we talk about all the time. But this feeling that Divine Feminine has, it's like, it is manic. Like the one day it'll be like, oh my God, this is going to happen. The next day it'll be like, are you fucking serious? And this like all of this back and forth and the way that she's focusing on different things in her life, it's pulling her away from her true calling. And instead, it's taking her towards this old, sad energy she doesn't want to be in anymore. The first thing on her mind is she wants to get moving. She has balance inside of her. She cannot speak to this divine masculine because the specific iteration is not in her presence. So she doesn't know what kind of balance he has. But this bitch is balanced. You can't have the fucking weekend I just had and have the sun card be the top of the deck and not be balanced. Like, you're balanced. You can feel sadness, you can feel happiness at the same time and feel secure and stable. She's feeling a lot of motion. She's like, listen, this fucking train is moving. Either get on or get the fuck out of the way. I'm going to run you over. Like, I can't anymore with this. Like, I can't. I'm going. I'm keeping it pushing. I'm going forward. And what I'm going towards is this, the star, right? My healing, my wish fulfillment, being revealed, being illuminated. There's no moon on my side. I'm not fucking in the dark. I'm not fucking hidden from anybody, right? There's a lot of force in this side of the reading coming from my ego, number one, but also just that chariot energy, which is like, I'm keeping it pushing. And the song, which is like, no, I gave you everything. You squandered it. You squandered it for your own reasons. I don't know what they are. They're not good enough for me, right? That's what she said on Monday. Not good enough. So nothing's going to stop me from this happiness, from my own fulfillment, from showing my full self, from revealing who I truly am. And this death that you're resisting, it's not over for you. It's on my side and it's upright. It's over. I don't accept this anymore. I don't accept any time where I'm hidden. I don't accept where I'm not fully illuminated. I don't accept where I'm not part of this team moving together. I don't accept that. That is over for me. I've completed the cycle where I am not a part of a team. I will be partnered. I will be valued. I will be seen as a star, whether by a specific iteration or someone else, because I am reborn, right? That inner child that was wounded has experienced the healing in the star energy, and now I'm fully healed in the sun. And maybe that's why you can't get on the same page with me, because you just aren't there, but I'm here. So for me, this is over. It might not be over for you. That's your business, but it's over for me because I am able to navigate my feelings and my emotions. I know where I stand within my feelings. I know exactly how I feel about you. This specific iteration of this divine masculine, I can handle it. I can navigate it. And I can also navigate the sadness that comes from having to keep it pushing. But I am a queen of cups. I am caring. I am loving. I'm compassionate. I'm kind. I'm psychic. I'm sensitive. I'm intuitive. I can regulate my emotions. I'm in command of them. I can float in them. I have no trouble with them. And I will find somebody who matches me in this energy. She's not comfortable with the uncertainty. The Six of Swords being about the struggles that she's gone through, kind of paving the way for her to go to this, to get from where she was to where she wants to be, and like learning these lessons. She's not comfortable though with the uncertainty. She really wants to be able to know where she's going. And she's made a wish upon a star, but she doesn't know what the wish fulfillment will look like when it actually arrives. And it is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable not to know if she's doing the right thing, but she's like, I wished for a companion. I wished for a companion, a physical, real world companion. And I don't know who that person is, or I wished for this manifestation, or I wished for this job change, or this career change, or this abundance coming from this source or whatever. But and I've been learning my lessons in regards to where I'm going, but I don't know where it is, and I'm uncomfortable with the uncertainty. I can navigate these emotions in regards to it, but I am uncomfortable. But I'm not afraid. My 9 of Swords is in reverse. There's a death here to my fears, worries, and anxieties controlling me anymore. I will not be controlled. This is another aspect of Divine Feminine. She's like, nah, I'm not going to be controlled by my brain's machinations, by the story my brain wants to tell. Yesterday, when I was in my turmoil, I put my ass to sleep. I knew that if I stayed awake and I would just keep thinking, and I was in a lot of pain yesterday, like a lot. And I just kept putting myself back to sleep over and over. I took NyQuil. I did anything I could to go to sleep yesterday, and I slept all day, just trying to make it through yesterday, because it's been a year that I've been in quarantine. But I didn't let my brain take over. I wanted to surrender yesterday so much and feel the way that I used to feel when I was in severe depression. I wanted to surrender to thoughts of suicide. Like, it was bad. Like, I was like, I just want to like be my old self. I want to be my old self and like get lost in like my destructive, like just the worst parts of myself and feel awful about myself. But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't surrender to the sabotage. I was like, nope, nope, nope. That's old. That's old. That's old. And I fought it and fought it and fought it. I put myself to bed again and again and again and again and again. And I woke up feeling stronger. I'm not 100%, but I'm better. So I know I did the right thing. And Divine Feminine, this is the type of energy that she's in. That same kind of space. She's uncomfortable with her uncertainty, but she's not letting her fears and anxieties make her be that old thing. That old thing is dead, has passed away. It's over. She's not going to do that anymore. She's not going to do that anymore. The first thing in her heart space is the Emperor in reverse. And Divine Masculine, of course, is the Emperor. So Divine Feminine feels she's lost the Emperor in some way. Now, this could be a good thing. Like, maybe she wants to let him go and she's finally able to do it. This could be also about the feelings that anyone could have control or power over her, which is something that she's really wanted to release. And I just saw that light change there. So I really think it's about that. It's, I did a triple spell on Monday with my coven. That was like, I release any fears of losing my power to anyone else, right? So Divine Feminine might have engaged in some kind of work like that, or she wants to do some kind of work like that to try to release this powerful hold that this Divine Masculine energy has had over her. She's feeling so controlled by it and is really afraid. She's also really feeling that the reason she's feeling so triggered by this Divine Masculine energy right now is that she is so afraid of ending up where she was before. She's like, this is what my ex-partner would do. Silence, it's not exactly the same. It's because it's not the same person, but there's these things that keep triggering her. Feeling any kind of control at all is just really frightening. It's like PTSD, really. Like, speaking from personal experience, I was a prisoner, and having been in quarantine for a year, even though it's a self-imposed thing because I don't want to infect people with a deadly virus, I still feel like a prisoner. So I'm really sensitive and raw. And any kind of feeling like my Divine Masculine is keeping me a prisoner makes me want to jump out of my window. Like, I need to get out. Like, I have to get out. Like, that was the feeling yesterday. It was like, I have to get out of this situation. Like, I can't be in this situation anymore. I can't be in this apartment anymore. Like, I was losing it. So anything that's going to trigger these issues with control or rigidity, she's trying to release the hold that has over her. And to match that Chariot in her headspace, the niggling feeling in her heart space is this Eight of Wands energy. So she feels this swift moving momentum, this movement. And there is a chance too here that her heart feels that her divine masculine is moving out of these shadow traits and is moving towards her and is going to bring her messages, which is what's causing the, honestly, like the panic that's happening right now. It's like your wish is here, right? Here's the star. Here's the sun. Everything you've asked for is here. The rebirth, the star, the Chariot, the balance. You're in your Queen of Cups energy. You're not afraid anymore, but you don't know what's going to happen. And this is so uncomfortable, you can hardly stand it. And that's fair. Okay? Here's another thing. Do not feel bad about that. Do not feel bad if you're freaked out by this feeling. That is perfectly acceptable. Everyone freaks out by this feeling. Everyone. Everyone panics. Everyone reacts negatively. And anybody who's been in your situation would have empathy for your feelings. Anybody who saw me carrying on like I was carrying on yesterday, who knows what I've gone through, there's not a single person who would be like, wow, you need to suck it up. Like, everyone would be like, I get it. I get it. Most of my friends and family think I'm insane that I'm still hanging on. Almost everybody in my family is like, I give up. And I don't even know if they're going to be happy if I get into a relationship with this specific iteration because of what I've gone through. So it's just sort of like, don't feel bad if you freaked out or you panicked or you had a bad day or you checked social media when you didn't want to or you went deep into an addiction when you didn't want to. Do not feel bad. This energy is not, you have major energy, major arcana energy in your headspace. And divine masculine has major energy in his heart space, which makes sense because you're his heart and he's your head. So there's a lot here to process. The first thing in your heart space is the Seven of Cups in reverse, and it is clarifying the position of the Chariot, and it's about choices. The Seven of Cups is about confusion. It's about options, about opportunities. In the light, it's like you have all these opportunities. In its shadow, it's like you can't choose. You're confused. Some of the things you've put fantasies in, you don't know what's true and what's not true. And I think what I'm seeing is you don't want to make a choice. I think you have a lot of options, Divine Feminine. I think you feel this forward momentum, which is like, I could have anyone I wanted. I could have any job I wanted. I could have any manifestation I wanted. I could have literally anything that I wanted. All of those things I put in all of these cups, I could have all of those things. But I'm resisting choosing one because of my attachments to my past self, my attachments to specific iteration of any of those things that I'm trying to manifest. And the star is being clarified by the Hermit. Now, the Hermit takes the light from the star in this lantern and uses this to search in the soul. The star is the wish, the desire. The ego kind of feels like, oh, I want that, right? That's like, I wish I could have this, which is coming from the ego. Then we go inside and we soul search and we take this light, which was that spark that came from the ego that was like, I want this. Like, let's be crass. I want to get fucked. Okay. That's my ego's desire, right? Okay. Well, what's at the heart of that? What's at the heart of that spark? This is what you have to go in and figure out. Well, I need companionship. I need physical touch. I need, I need a feeling that I've worked up to something and felt a release. I feel like there's all kinds of there's an essence to the base desire. And the Hermit energy is what helps you figure it out and sort it out. Divine Feminine hasn't want to make a choice about all these options she has. She's actually isolating herself because she's trying to figure out exactly what constitutes this wish for her. She's also isolating herself from all of her choices that she has. In other words, if this is in terms of a job search, she's maybe only searching in one vein when there are other things she could look into, but she's got her heart fixated on this one permutation of what it is instead of finding the essence of what she needs and getting to that. If this is about a relationship, then what we're seeing is she has a lot of options, but she's isolating herself from those options. So she's not on dating apps. She's not, telling her friends like, hey, do you know somebody who's like looking for, she's really just like not wanting to come out of isolation and start to look at the different options because of this resistance she feels because of her attachment. In her head space, she's the Queen of Cups. In her heart space, she's the Queen of Wands. She's got this vision. She's holding a vision. She's powerful. She's fiery. She's passionate. She's single-minded too on that passion. And this is what is happening as she's ending this, as she's just putting this past energy behind her, completing the cycle and ending whatever it is. She is reborn and fully becomes magnetic. When she chooses to end this single-minded pursuit of one individual, one job, one thing, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you will finally be magnetic. So yesterday, I kept hearing that song, which was from the reading from the day before that came up in, I don't want to live like this and I don't want to die. She's realizing I have to die to live like the way I want to live. I have to kill this thing. I have to, because I can't live the life that I want to live like this. And this Ten of Swords is in reverse for her. I saw the Ten of Swords today upright, but it's in reverse in regards to the Queen of Cups energy. She is navigating this painful separation very well. She is coming unpinned and unstuck from the pain of the separation by feeling her emotions and just immersing herself in them without being afraid that she will drown. Her ability to do this, to navigate this, is helping her overcome the pain that she's experienced from the betrayal she feels that she has been experiencing from this divine masculine. And she's coming unstuck. The Six of Swords that she's worried about, not knowing where she's going. Here's the Queen of Swords. We have Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is in reverse. This is what makes her go into the shadow of the Queen of Swords. This is what makes her defensive, cutting. I threw some cutting remarks last night because I was really pissed. And I'm allowed to be pissed at this point. 100%. Absolutely entitled to feel angry. Absolutely. For so many reasons. But I don't like it even when I am. I don't like it when I do that. Like, it doesn't feel good to do it. It doesn't feel good to be in the shadow traits of the Queen of Swords. To protect yourself from somebody and to use cutting words against them, it feels good only for a second. I'm not a cutter, but I would guess that if I was a cutter, it would be like that, where it would like hurt. It would like feel good to make the cut, and then it would have pain afterwards from where the cut was. I feel like that's what it would be like. I don't know. I don't like pain, so not into it. Not into it. Did not like getting a tattoo. Do not want to cut myself. But my mind and my heart can empathize that that's probably what it's like. And I do this verbally. I'll cut myself verbally. I'll cut someone else verbally. And it feels good immediately. Like it's like you feel alive when you're doing it, and then afterwards you just feel the pain of having hurt someone with your words. But it's this uncertainty that makes her do this because this divine masculine has broken her trust again and 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 again. So what else can she do? If she doesn't know what's going to happen, she can only she can only base what has happened on her past experiences. And what has happened is she's needed to protect herself from someone who has disappointed and hurt her many times. Nine of Swords in reverse. She's not letting herself be overcome with anxiety. She is not letting herself spiral. And there is overfeeling here. We have Judgment, which Divine Masculine had, in reverse. And we have the Ace of Wands. So she's not judging herself for the loop thinking. She's not judging herself for her fears or anxieties because she understands how much she wants this thing. She's not judging herself. She really, really wants a rebirth of her heart's desire. She desires one thing. One thing. That's it. One thing. She wants that one thing. It's so difficult for her to understand that she can have this one thing, but it is the essence of the thing. So she's trying not to judge herself. She understands the power of that desire over her. But it's very uncomfortable to be in the position she's in right now. And she is not feeling like there is going to be a reconciliation or a resolution. She just doesn't see how it could happen. Because she's just like, this is never, I can't get this to work. I cannot get this Divine Masculine iteration to come to me and make things right. And I can't get this career that I'm trying to do to work. I don't know how to do that. And I can't get there's a lot of this feeling, but she's trying not to judge herself and she's trying not to get caught up in it. She's trying to hold that vision that she has for this Ace of Wands of her heart's desire. She wants to kill the specific manifestation and maintain the vision of its essence. She doesn't want to actually kill a specific manifestation, I should say. That's not, but she wants to like kill the idea of that specific manifestation aside. I'm not promoting homicide on my channel. Oh my God, no. The idea. All right. I worked really hard today as a reader to balance these oracles because I felt this that I needed to switch sides and I needed to approach this different. I need to approach a lot of things differently. Remember that line that was drawn on Monday? Like everything on this side is that and everything on this side is that. That's what I kept telling myself yesterday. Every time that I experienced my Divine Masculine in the old way, I would be like, oh, that's the one that's behind the line. That one is behind the line. That's the old thing that used to happen. So I guess that's the past version. And the version that I want isn't here yet. It's not there. So I'm on this side of the line. I'm not going to stay on that side of the line anymore. So I decided I would adjust also how I do my readings too. I'm going to try to balance out the oracles. I'm going to try to keep the cards balanced. I almost did it today. We had overfilling for Divine Feminine. But helping to balance the connection as a reader too. Divine Masculine, you were in the shadow attributes of the Prince energy, but you have come out. You were using power for self-aggrandizement, and now you are just in the light, which is that you do have this romantic charm and you have this potential for power, and you're not misusing or abusing this energy. Your guardian angel is here. You are not feeling especially optimistic right now about your situation, but your guardian angel is here to support you and encourage you to be optimistic. This is 5 of Cups energy. You are focused on the spilled cups right now and on your responsibilities and how you affected these cups, this judgment about self, all of these kinds of things. And you need to focus instead on the 2 of Cups, which is that union that's right there for you as soon as you stop focusing on the things that are making you feel pessimistic. Saint Joan of Arc is here to help you take the lead, to assure you that you are a leader and that you can take this action. And there's an emphasis here that you really must. That you need to be brave, just like she was. You're getting the Mother Mary card. So this is such a gentle, loving, divine feminine energy. This is nurturing and protective. It is also, it's patient, and I have a vivid image right now that Mary was present at every miracle that Christ would perform, and she was present at his first miracle at the wedding. And it was Mary who came to Jesus and said, "Hey, can you help them? They are running out of wine. This is such a beautiful celebration. They don't have enough to be able to buy more for their guests. It would have been shameful to the family." And she encouraged him. And at first I feel like Jesus was kind of like, and she's like, "No, do it." And then he went and performed this miracle. His mother believed in him that he could do this. She also could see the need for him to do this, to create this miracle. So I don't know why I'm reminded of that story right now, but there is this feeling that there is this mothering energy that is present with Christ as he is reborn. And when after he dies on the cross, the Pieta, like she's there to hold him again, like the Alpha and the Omega, and always the divine feminine is there with the divine masculine presence. You're getting the fertility card in reverse, and this is definitely an Empress energy that's in this card. And so my feeling is that this is a fertile time, an extraordinarily fertile time, but it requires care. It requires nurturing. It requires constant, consistent attention. And because you're only now learning how to integrate divine feminine energy, this is a new thing for you. You haven't understood how to be nurturing to another person. You didn't get it from mothering energy quite the way you were supposed to. So you're only now figuring out how to do this for someone else. And it's been a difficult process. It's not been easy. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is the highest good. So you're needing to have gratitude right now, divine masculine. You need to have gratitude for the discomfort that you've been feeling and how it's expanding your perception so that you can see what is for your highest good. You're also being told here that the universe is helping you see beyond the limits of your fear. The universe is expanding your perception so that you can see what is in your highest good. When I think I've surrendered, surrender more. This is you think you've surrendered control, and yet the first thing in your headspace is a very stubborn looking emperor energy. So surrender more. Surrender even more. You are good enough. You have always been good enough. Just you and you alone, without anything else, without any trappings, without any wealth, without any clothes, naked, alone. You are enough. You are already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. Your fears and your anxieties are stopping you. So stop overthinking. Take advice from divine feminine and put yourself to sleep if you have to, but stop overthinking. You're also getting the 11 card. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. And you're getting the protection message. Transformation does not have to be as traumatic or dramatic as things may seem to be right now. Remember, change is the only true constant. When you resist it, you create a tension within you as you refuse to accept the inevitable. In this moment, you might have forgotten the beauty and joy of life as it moves through its seasons, as nature dictates. You're being faced with a choice now. You can struggle with the current conditions, refusing to surrender, Jesus Christ, to the grace that is calling you to allow life to take its course, moving through the sadness and disappointment. Surrender will soften you, inviting you to bask in gratitude and see through the lens of curiosity. These are the keys to tuning into the infinite potential available to you now. Butterfly spirit knows the beauty and delight you are on the brink of discovering. Let go and trust that it is there for you. Surrender, divine masculine. Transformation, change is beautiful. Okay, divine feminine, let's look at your oracles. Girl, you're in the shadow attributes of the Fool right now, which is using humor to wound rather than liberate and a denial of your emotional truth. You need to fearlessly reveal your emotion and help people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. So you're chafing at this foolish energy that you're feeling. Part of your discomfort over here that's causing you to go into this Queen of Swords energy. The other thing I didn't mention about this card is that the word on it from the Field Tarot is independence. So that's another thing. You are afraid of losing your control. You are afraid of someone having power over you. You are afraid of feeling foolish. You're afraid of looking like a stupid idiot and being controlled by somebody again. My first husband, my ex-husband, hit me across the face in the jewelry shop where we were buying our wedding rings, and I still married him. Boy, do I feel fucking stupid for that. Right? I don't want to be in that situation again. I don't want to have known something about someone, which I did. Intuitively, no. And still feel shitty enough about myself that I would allow myself to be treated that way. He was buying our wedding rings in Canada because they were cheaper. Because he didn't value me at all. So divine feminine, you have to come into that light. Fearlessly reveal your emotion. Help people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Laugh at yourself. Take yourself more lightly, less seriously. You're really taking yourself so seriously. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, you're like, oh my God, people are going to see how stupid I look. Nobody cares. You know what they're worried about? They're worried about how stupid they look. They don't care. They don't care. And if they do, it's because they're bored and they have nothing inside of themselves. Do you fucking care about what a person who has nothing inside of themselves cares about you? I don't. So I don't know why I get ruled by this Fool energy. Mainly, I think I just don't want to look like a fool in front of the person that I respect the most, which is this iteration of this divine masculine. But you know what? I don't fucking care. I look like a fool. Fine, I'm a fool. Saint Padre Pio is here to help you with your healing, because you're healing. Girl, you're wounded. You just got wounded. You see the wounds? This isn't going to be like an overnight process. It's going to take time. And it's been happening this whole time. You're being supported in it. You're being protected in this energy while you're healing, and your cup is filling up. Saint Nicholas of Myrna is here. And you know what? Today, this generosity is not about you being generous. This is about you receiving the generosity of the universe. Like, this is about you. You're finally going to get a gift. Like, you've been in this not great place for a minute. You've been struggling. You've been working hard. And this is just this reassurance. Like, today, you just let yourself receive a gift, because the universe is ready to be very generous with you for navigating this painful energy that you've been navigating. Your guardian angel is here to support you, and there was an emphasis on this card in a wise decision. I think you have made a decision, and it was a wise one, and you should continue along this route. If you have some decision to make, like with that 7 of Cups in reverse, which is about resisting all of the options you have, I think that it would be a wise decision for you to make a choice in regards to potentially going towards a new option. It's something to consider. you certainly are in this energy of empowerment. You don't get a Nicki Minaj song and not be empowered today. Like, this is an empowerment energy for you, Empress energy in the light traits. It's also got that goddess of the moon energy too. There is a deeply powerful feminine empowerment happening for you. I am the loving energy of the universe. Your Queen of Cups, your Empress energy, you are the loving energy of the universe. Embrace that. If you are the loving energy of the universe, what will you attract? My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Jesus Christ. So if you are the loving energy and your energy creates reality, then what you focus on, loving energy, is what you're going to manifest. And that is a very empowering information to have. What do you need to release, Divine Feminine? This is a card about winter also. And I can see that it's springtime, but you're still holding on to the winter. So release this cold, isolated time from your life. There is divine orchestration here. There's helpers in the subtle realm. You are not alone. You might feel alone, but you've never been alone. And that's the other thing I kept saying to myself yesterday when I was feeling so bad about being alone all this time, was like, I was never really alone this whole time. It didn't make me feel better because it wasn't a real hug, but I just kept saying it to myself because I know that it's true. Chameleon spirit, act as if. Chameleon spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for changes that will greatly benefit you. Outer conditions are changing, and you're required to come into harmony with them so you can co-create your greatest dream. Feeling sensitive? Good, because that will come in handy, enabling you to determine how best to adapt to your environment and the people in it, while at the same time maintaining your integrity and inner equilibrium. Even if you feel like you're in uncharted territory, right? That Six of Swords in reverse, you have no idea where you're going. Even if you feel like that, Chameleon spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land, adapting as necessary. This is a fortunate time to act as if and do as others do until the new ways feel familiar and completely natural. Life is offering you a great lesson now. Adapting isn't about losing yourself. It's about learning how to dance with others. That's a powerful message for Divine Feminine, because there is this fear she has of losing herself, right? Losing control of herself. And she needs to embrace the lessons of that card, I think. She will maintain her integrity even as she blends her reality with this new reality. Who is not going to slap her in a ring shop in Canada to get cheap ass rings. Like, that's not ever going to happen to her again. And so she's got to start to let this new thing happen and not be afraid that she's going to lose her integrity. All right, here is where you are all in union. Bottom of the deck for all the oracles. You are both in the light attributes of the gambler, which is a willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. And you're no longer relying on luck rather than hard work. You're both working very hard. And you're following your heart even if others doubt you right now. You know, this has been, like I said, there's not many people left in my corner who are like, yeah, keep holding on to this divine masculine. It seems totally worth it. A lot of people doubt me right now. I doubt myself. But I have a willingness to follow this intuition, even when I doubt myself. Pause. Your guardian angel. Hey, you know what? Stop doing that. Come out of this energy of pause in regards to one another. But do it through joy and appreciation, because this is a card about having a lot of appreciation for everything. So use what you've learned by having this unbridled appreciation of what it is that you desire, and now move towards it. Divine couple, Together, you are home. You are also going home, coming home. That's always what we're moving towards in this collective, anyway. Frequently, whenever I'm sad, the thing I cry about the most is I just want to go home. Because to me, my divine masculine, for whatever reason, even though I have no reason to believe this, feels like home to me. But I have nothing to base this on except for this card, I guess. This could also be about moving or having a new home, like a new actual house. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And I kept practicing this yesterday when I was afraid and praying or upset. I kept being like, I would hear myself being like, please, I just want this. And then I would be like, please, I just want whatever is best for me. But like, I need relief in whatever way that is. Like, and this is what I'm saying. I did not let myself be defeated by my 9 of Swords yesterday. I just kept not letting myself go there. I did the thing I do when my friends are always freaking out. And, I'm like, I hear you. I feel this pain that you're in. It's valid. It's real. And I think that you're going to get something from this that's going to be even better than what you're going through right now. And please trust me and believe me. And they want to kill me, but I'm still like holding the corner. That's what I was doing yesterday for myself. But I was doing it by reminding myself that I don't know what I need, that I think I need something, but I could be totally wrong. And I kept surrendering that. Whew, this was reversed. It says conclusions are within reach. But when I read Moonology and it's reversed, then I'm like, conclusions are here. And I got to tell you, they better be. They better be. Or else I'm concluding this myself and it's not going to look pretty. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. Now you got 2 cards when it was only supposed to be 1. And the second card is the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetime. So getting this together with break the chains, healing, and rewriting the future. If you have been asking yourself, why is this so hard to do for me? Why do I require daily tarot readings? Why do I require constant yoga and meditation and whatever the fuck it is that I'm doing to try to manifest the thing that why is it so hard? It's because you've been training for this for lifetimes. It's because you have a deep, 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 deep soul connection to this thing. And the other thing that just popped into my head is this morning the song Mother came on from Tori Amos, which was a huge song for me when I was young. I loved Little Earthquakes, and it was like a formative album for me as a songwriter. And there's one part where she says, don't cry now. You've raised your hand for the assignment. Tuck your ribbons under your helmet. Be a good soldier. So she's like, you raised your hand for the assignment, so don't cry about it. And I was like crying as I was singing the song. And when that came up, I was like, I did. I chose it. I raised my hand for this, my helmet, and be a good soldier then, and just stop crying about it. I wanted it, right? There is some reason you raised your hand for this assignment, and you've been training for it for lifetimes, and you are breaking very deeply intertwined and entangled ancestral patterns. And it's hard, but you're doing it. And you're getting squirrel spirit again. Believe in yourself. From the Colette Baron Reed deck, the Animal Spirit Oracle, protection message. The unpredictability of life can shake your confidence in yourself and your potential for handling the challenges that come your way. Does the thought of not having enough or being enough make you squirrely? Have you forgotten all your strengths, wisdom, and resources? You've come so far on your wits and creativity, making use of all of your potential and all that Spirit presents you to help you through life's trying times. It's time to look back on your life and remember how your needs have always been met for the highest good, even in your most challenging times. Life loves you, and so many treasures are hidden in plain sight, ready to be revealed when you most need them. So relax. Squirrel Spirit wants you to know you are poised and ready for whatever is coming next. So trust in yourself and trust that Spirit has your back. Okay, I will. I will, Spirit. That is all I can do because I have reached my limits. Hopefully that wasn't a too ego-driven reading. Oh yes, we should draw our closing card for goddess energy, which is our goddess practice where we're balancing the energy of the divine feminine inside of ourselves. At some point today, put 2 hands over your heart for 15 minutes. Say the mantra, my heart is the heart of the goddess, and picture any divine feminine energy that you wish from whatever modality that you practice. You can even picture yourself looking amazing in your divine feminine energy. And I like to pull a card from this goddess knowledge deck so we can look at a different divine feminine from a different culture in a different time. Epona. Epona from Celtic Gaul was especially worshipped as a protectress of horses, a bringer of fecundity to mares, and a giver of well-being to foals. She was the only Celtic goddess to be adopted by the Romans. A lunar goddess, Epona is often depicted with a cornucopia, a symbol of abundance and plenty. Like the symbol of the horse, she is a bringer of fertility, a source of inspiration, and a figure of death, a psychopomp on the soul's final journey. As late as the 12th century, Irish kings underwent a ceremony of symbolic birth from Epona in her form of a white mare as part of claiming their kingship. In ancient days, a king was ritually wedded to the goddess as part of becoming king. Comfortable in both the realm of life and that of death, Epona is a strong symbol of independence, nurturing intuitive understanding, instinct, and vitality. All right, we have reached the end. Alas, it is that time. I am going to try to mix my track today, but I would rather die, but I'm going to try to do that today. And yes, I will. I promise I will try that. To do that, okay. Please like, subscribe, share. Click on the description box for links to a place if you want to support me by sending me new decks to change up the imagery on the site. Or join Patreon for additional content to support me as I make my record with Pearl and the Prayers. My musical endeavors. Tomorrow I will be doing a 3:30 check-in, weekly check-in with Eric from Positive Tarot Wisdom over on Instagram. If you follow me there, Tuned in Tarot, you can also see daily time-lapse shuffles with the music that play, which have additional messages for the daily readings to help support you and give you insight all day long, every single day, here on Tuned in Tarot. I will see you tomorrow. Have a glorious day today and wish me luck. I wish you luck.